Be social. When working remotely, it's really easy to go a full 24 hours without speaking in real life to another human, aside from via text or email. And social connection is actually really important for mental health and well-being. So a great solution is video conferencing. When you're scheduling a remote meeting, it's actually really important that all participants have their cameras switched on. It should be the responsibility of the meeting organizer to ensure that the host and all of the participants have their cameras switched on. But why is this important? Well, for one, body language is critical to effective communication. And in current times, we're talking about important issues and moving at great speed. So it's more important now than ever that we minimize room for miscommunication. Also, video keeps everyone accountable, ensuring that they are paying attention and not multitasking during an important call. But also, as humans, we're hardwired to look for faces, so video helps find and keep our attention for longer. Video calls also keep dispersed teams connected and aligned, and as I mentioned before, face-to-face contact helps spike our energy levels. So here are some really easy steps to follow. While it's important to find a balance to ensure that you're not having so many video meetings that you can't be otherwise productive, in times of social distancing, I do recommend planning 1 or 2 video meetings each day to make sure that you're connecting with the outside world in a real way. Now, I mentioned before this idea of a daily stand-up meeting, and this is a great way to achieve the social connection. Now, especially if you live alone, make sure that you have regular social activities planned. In times of social distancing, a video chat with a friend can go a really long way. And now let's talk about best practices for video meetings. Always go on mute when you're not speaking. Dress appropriately. Now, I mentioned before the importance of getting dressed each day, but on top of this, this is really just a reminder to dress appropriately when you have a video call. This doesn't mean dressing up like you're going to the office, but it is important that you aren't in your bathrobe or your pajamas. And expect distractions and lack of perfection. Forgive interruptions and understand that people are not operating business as usual. We're all managing with what we have. For example, where my desk is, I have a stack of boxes set up behind me, and that's because I moved house only a few weeks ago, and I haven't had a chance to unpack all of my boxes, which are currently covered up with a sheet. In a normal professional setting, I'd try to have a very professional backdrop, but in these current times, we have to recognise that most people will be working from their kitchen table or their living room and will have mess around, and that's okay. So we shouldn't judge or we shouldn't feel self-conscious. We're all in the same position. And finally, smile. During difficult times or difficult conversations, don't forget to smile. It will alter your body language, it'll alter your tone in a positive way, and even when you're not feeling positive. And while we're on the topic of communication, it's good to recognise that when we're outside of the office, we need to find multiple communication channels so that we aren't clogging up each other's email inboxes with the usual emails, as well as questions that we might normally ask in person. So best practice, continue to use email as you normally would, but introduce video conferencing to replace in-person meetings. And find some kind of chat system, whether it's WhatsApp, Microsoft Chat, Facebook Messenger, to send those more informal messages that require a more urgent reply. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found that useful, and please do look out for my next video, rule number 7, don't be too available. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out on LinkedIn, Instagram, or via my website, aligreen.business. Thank you so much.